What's good, YouTubers? Your boy Kakasu, the Dragon's Head, and I'm back in the bed like I never left. Alright, this is Eternal Light. What if Naruto was Sasuke's brother? Hooey! So, you guys remember where we left this off. But, if you guys haven't, go check out the previous part. Yeah. So, we're gonna do a 3-year time skip. Naruto and Sasuke are 16 years old. As Sasuke wears the exact clothes that he wears right here that you guys see. As Naruto wears the exact clothes you guys see over here. So he wears like a black Uchiha robe. You guys know what Madara wore back when he was fighting Hashirama. He wears that. As Orochimaru had the gun by, as he had it sealed away, as he unsealed it, and now Naruto wields the gun by, along with the white fan and the sight, as he rests on his back. As he wears, so yeah, he wears the black Uchiha robe thingy looking that ends at his like the top of his shins. As he wears black ninja pants with white ninja tape and old school ninja sandals. As his hair is long, just like Madara, as well as he wears gloves. Now we go to the present time. Sasuke, I think it's time. And Sasuke's like, yeah, we've been here long enough. As they begin to walk to Orochimaru's room. As they walk right in. As Orochimaru says, you two, what do you guys want? I'm trying to rest. As Naruto's like, you can rest. Go ahead. As Naruto holds his hand out, as a white lightning Chidori appears in his hand, as he shoots it, it's a Chidori spear, except he doesn't use the sword, he uses his hand. As this goes right through the side of Orochimaru's shoulder, as Naruto uses white lightning along with white fire. As Orochimaru's like, what is the matter with you? As Naruto controls the spear and starts sliding it over, as the lightning goes through Orochimaru, opening up his wound larger and larger. And then Orochimaru's like, gosh darn it, I have to do it now! As he makes himself turn into that one state where he's trying to take over their bodies. As Naruto and Sasuke both activate their 3 Tomoe Sharingan, putting Orochimaru in a Genjutsu, where in his Genjutsu, he has taken over Naruto's body. But in reality, Naruto is behind Orochimaru with the white lightning blade as he's chopped his head off. As then him and Sasuke sealed half of Orochimaru into each of them. So half of Orochimaru's in Sasuke's curse mark, half of Orochimaru is in Naruto's curse mark. As they walk out, as Kabuto's like, what was all that ruckus? Nothing. But you're free now. Your master's dead. As he says, wait, dead? As Naruto says, actually, you could say that I absorbed him. Me and Sasuke absorbed him. As they walk out. As Sasuke has his sword, as Naruto has the gun by. As Sasuke's like, now we must find Itachi. Since Naruto and Sasuke are who they are, they're not going to need a group, to be honest. Naruto's like, yeah, let's go trying to find out the whereabouts about Itachi. As they pick up some information, as they know where Itachi is. As they begin their walk. As they arrive to where Itachi is. As they walk in. As they see Itachi sitting on the throne. As Itachi's like, Naruto and Sasuke. As Itachi says, Naruto, you look just like Madara. Because Naruto is the spitting image of Madara, but he's 16 years old, so Sasuke. Well, I'm just saying that they're 16. Anyways, as Naruto's like, I didn't come here to talk. We came here to kill you. But we do have some questions for you. As Itachi's like, what is it? As Naruto's like, well, I don't think you'll tell us. But if we have to kill you, we will. Who made you kill the Uchiha clan? As Itachi's like, I did it on my own sheer will. As Naruto's like, enough with that bullcrap. We know that somebody told you to do it. Who was it? As Itachi looks at Naruto with this 3 Tomoe Sharingan. As Itachi's like, I can tell you've gotten strong, little brother. As Naruto's like, stop avoiding my question! As Sasuke activates his 3 Tomoe Sharingan, as Naruto activates his. As Itachi always has his activated. As Naruto pulls out the gun by, as Itachi's like, the gun by. as Naruto used all of his strength, pulling them apart. So there's no longer a chain connecting the fan and the scythe. They're each separately. As Naruto puts the fan on his back, as then he spins around the scythe. As Itachi's like, well, I guess it's time. As Itachi stands up, as he takes his Akatsuki cape cloak off, because he knows this battle is gonna be fearsome. As he pulls out a sword, I'm gonna say Itachi is not sick. He's not like super sick to where he's gonna die anyways. But he's not sick. But he also has used his Sharingan a lot, so he can't super use it. But you guys know. So as Sasuke pulls out his sword, Itachi says, you two versus me. You guys don't stand a chance. You still don't possess these eyes. As Itachi awakens his Mangekyo. As Naruto and Sasuke are like, the Mangekyo Sharingan. As Itachi's like, and you guys will never possess these eyes. As Naruto and Sasuke rush Itachi. As Itachi uses his Anbu sword. As they enter a sword battle. As Sasuke's using his sword and Naruto's using his scythe. As Naruto is doing acrobatic slashes and kicks and stuff like that. As they're knocking Itachi back with fast speed and strong Kenjutsu moves. As Itachi jumps into the air saying, Fire Style, Fireball Jutsu. As Naruto does a hand sign as a huge wood pillar just hits the fireball, snapping it. As Itachi's like, Wood Style. As then Naruto sends a whole bunch of wood pillars at Itachi. As Itachi's dodging all of these. As Sasuke is running up one of the wood pillars as he jumps to the side saying, Fire Style, Fireball Jutsu! As then Itachi moves out of the way. As then he was right in range of Naruto. As Naruto said, White Fire. White Fireball Jutsu as he spits out a huge white fireball. As Itachi's like, White Fire? But, as this hits Itachi's arm, as he was able to kind of get out of the way, but it still hit his arm. As it was Eternal Flame. Not almost like Eternal Flames. It was just a little bit. It was a little bit, but not as strong as the Amaterasu. But anyways, so. As Naruto and Sasuke are battling Itachi, now they're doing a taijutsu battle. As Naruto and Sasuke are overwhelming him. Because Naruto, like I said, his taijutsu is just like Obito's. Obito 4th Grade Ninja War. Like, when Obito's, like, fighting Kakashi in the different realm. That's how he's fighting right now. As eventually, Naruto gets a strong punch to Itachi's jaw. Sending Itachi flying back. As Naruto did a hand sign. As in he did wood-style cutting sprigs jutsu. As 5 huge branches appear out of Itachi's back. As Itachi coughs up blood. As Sasuke was right on the other side of Itachi as he threw a kick. As it hit Itachi. As it sent Itachi flying back. And don't forget, the big wood spikes are coming out of Itachi's back. So as Itachi's back hits the wall, the wood spikes come through him. So now you can see them through his stomach as Itachi coughs up more blood. As he cuts the wood spikes out of him as he begins to heal himself. As he's not at 100%, but he's still good enough to fight. As he says, I guess there's no holding it back anymore. As he pulls out 5 shurikens that are connected to wires. As he throws them, adding electricity to him. As he's throwing these things around, Naruto and Sasuke are reading it with their 3 Temoi Sharingan. As Naruto jumps into the air as he says, White Lightning Spear! As white lightning shoots out in Naruto's hand right towards Itachi. As Itachi dodges it in midair. As then he shoots another one. As it goes right through the ceiling, cracking it. As then eventually, Itachi just keeps dodging that. Naruto makes the whole ceiling fall down. As Itachi jumps out of the ceiling. As then, they followed Itachi. As now they're fighting on the roof. As Itachi's watching Sasuke as he says, Amaterasu! Sasuke, knowing what he's about to do, as soon as he sees his eyes start to bleed, he activates his curse mark as a huge claw came out of his back. Don't forget, he has the earth curse mark, so his claw did look different, but Sasuke is running from the Amaterasu as it's following him. As then when he gets to Sasuke, it finally catches up to him. As Naruto rushes Itachi while Itachi's focused on controlling the Amaterasu, as Itachi looks at Naruto, as Naruto smiled, doing a spinning kick, kicking Itachi back. As Itachi went flying back, Naruto said, Fire Style, White Fire Dragon! As then he blew out a huge white fire dragon with red eyes. As this went right towards Itachi, as Itachi said, Fire Style, Fire Dragon Jutsu. as he spit out a fire dragon the same size. As these jutsus clashed, the impact went towards Itachi due to the fact that Naruto's was stronger. Anyway, so finally, they have Itachi at his ropes. As they're busted up too, because Itachi has been landing effective blows to them. As like one of Naruto's arm sleeves is ripped off, and Sasuke's shirt is ripped. As they're huffing and puffing, as Naruto and Sasuke are right now in their second stage curse mark forms. And Itachi's like, it's time for me to end this. As then Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingans begin to glow, as then a huge upper half of an orange Susanoo appears around Itachi. As Naruto and Sasuke's like, what is that? This is the Susanoo. As then Itachi's eyes begin to hurt as he holds one of his eyes as he looks up, as he's like, I gotta finish this. I will take my little brother's eyes. As Naruto's like, I don't know what to do. As then Sasuke's like, brother, something doesn't feel right. As then Naruto's like, what do you mean? As then, out of Sasuke's curse mark, a huge freaking snake thing. Actually, no. That's not what happened. He said, brother, something doesn't feel right. As Naruto's like, what is it? I'm running low on chakra. Like, super low. As Itachi's like, now's my chance. As he begins to run at Sasuke and Naruto with this huge Susanoo. As Naruto's like, I got it. Don't worry about it. As then Itachi does a jutsu. As he says, Yatsuka beads. As he throws these. As Naruto jumps in front of the Yatsuka beads, pulling out the gunbai fan. As he hits it. As it goes right towards Itachi. As Itachi's like, I forgot about the gunbai. As his Yatsuka beads slam against Itachi's Susanoo, sending him back flying into a wall as the Susanoo deactivated. As Naruto's huffing and puffing on the floor. As Itachi's like, as he spits out blood, as he is about to die within the next 1 minute. As Sasuke and Naruto up against these walls, they see Itachi right in front of them. As Itachi takes his two bloody hands and pokes them both in the forehead, saying, you guys did well. As then, he passes out from death. As Naruto and Sasuke look at each other, as they're like, what? He's dead. And then Naruto's like, we should take his eyes, Sasuke. As Naruto takes the right eye, as Sasuke takes the left. As they put these in medical fluid, as they put them on their ninja pouches. Well, Sasuke puts it in one of his pockets. Naruto wears two ninja pouches, right where you guys see that, like, that belt tie is, right? Like, underneath the Uchiha sign, you guys go down a little bit farther, you guys see that little, like, tie thingy that he wears, like, on his hip. Or, like, whatever you want to call it. It's at the right beneath his hair. You guys know, I don't know, a brown band? Anyways. He has two kunai pouches right there as he puts the right eye in it. As they bury Itachi, as their chakra has fully been restored, as a masked man, Kamui is right in front of them, as Naruto takes a fighting stance. As Obito's like, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to recruit you to. As Naruto's like, who are you? As then they see the Sharingan glowing through his mask. As Naruto's like, you're an Uchiha. As Obito is like, yes. But I have something to tell you. As Naruto and Sasuke is like, what is it? I'm going to tell you the truth about Itachi Uchiha. The truth? What do you mean the truth? Well, for starters, Itachi Uchiha was ordered to kill the Uchiha clan. But it was none other than Danzo Shimawa. I forgot the nigga name. He ain't important. It was Danzo that did this. As Naruto and Sasuke go silent, as he says, but not only Danzo, but the third Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. As this hits Naruto right in the chest, as Naruto gets on one knee, as tears begin to fall down his eyes. As Naruto's like, why? As Sasuke is crying too at the same time. As Obito's like, I know it's hard on you. You have just lost your brother for no reason. You guys killed your brother for no reason. They did it for a reason, but they didn't know that he was ordered to. As Naruto said, if I only knew why, I wouldn't have killed him. As then Naruto's eyes begin to change as well as Sasuke's. As Sasuke's eyes begin to spin, he gets the first stage of his Mangekyo Sharingan. You guys know what Sasuke looks like. As Naruto's eyes begin to spin. As in his eyes, he has awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan. Which his Mangekyo Sharingan looks just like Madara's first stage. As Naruto's like, I will avenge you, brother. We must do, Sasuke. As Sasuke's like, Danzo is gonna pay. As they look at Obito, as Obito's like, your guys, check it out. As Obito has a mirror, as he pulls it out, as they look at themselves in the mirror, as they see that they have unlocked their Mangekyo Sharingan. And you guys have Itachi's eyes. So when you guys are ready, you guys can insert them. But you will have to wear a blindfold for a while. As Naruto's like, no need to worry. We know exactly what we must do. As you guys know, or first of all, Obito says, as you guys might know, there is a war that will begin soon. A war? Yes. The Fourth Great Ninja War has been declared. As Kabuto, the ones that you guys used to be with for Orochimaru, has inserted a whole bunch of Orochimaru cells inside of him, as he has became him and Orochimaru, as he plans on reanimating all the strongest shinobi to help us in the war. You will be on our side, won't you? As they have no intention on being on Obito's side. Well, they have no intention on being on anybody's side. As Naruto's like, do we get to kill Danzo? As Obito's like, precisely. As Naruto's like, is there going to be a 5 Kage summit meet? As Obito says, that's quite the case. And you two will definitely crash it. As Naruto puts his fan and his scythe on his back. As he deactivates his Mangekyo, as Sasuke deactivates his. As they're like, we know what we must do, brother. As Naruto and Sasuke both have a, Naruto has gotten his arm sleeve fixed on his Uchiha robe, or whatever you want to call that thing. They both have a tattoo on their, Naruto has a tattoo on his, right shoulder, which symbolizes brothers for life, as Sasuke does too. Anyways, as Sasuke gets a change in clothing, but Naruto doesn't need one. Naruto looks drippy. As Sasuke gets a great Uchiha zip-up shirt. And he gets wristbands. So Sasuke now looks like what he wears in the Fourth Great Ninja War. As Naruto still wears his Uchiha black robe with the black pants and the white ninja tape and the old school sandals. Exactly what you guys are looking at right now. Anyways, so it's snowing outside as Naruto and Sasuke are just walking. As Naruto's like, Sasuke, we just killed our brother. As Sasuke's like, if we only knew, Naruto, we couldn't do anything about it. As Naruto's like, I can't help but to feel bad. As he begins to cry, as Sasuke puts his arm around Naruto as he says, don't worry, my brother. We will get revenge. As Naruto's like, you're right. As he wipes his tears, as he says, there's no time to cry. It's time to kill. As you just see all the 5 Kages blasting through the snow, running towards the 5 Kage summit meet. As in 10 minutes later, they have all arrived. They are discussing Naruto and Sasuke Uchiha. They are rogue shinobi and must be killed. You have no reason to kill them, Tsunade says. They have done nothing to the village. It doesn't matter. They are getting too powerful. They must be executed. If any ninja find them or run into them, they will be handled. Do you understand? As all the other Kages, except for the Hokage right now, which is Tsunade. As Danzo actually showed up for the Kage summon meet, except for Tsunade stayed at the village anyways. So As then, all of a sudden, one of the people say, Sasuke, Naruto, Uchiha, they're here. As the Raikage says, they're here, what do you mean? They're here. We don't know about their whereabouts, but their chakra has been sensed. As Raikage and them say, we will just wait. As Naruto and Sasuke were on the ceiling looking at the Kages. As Naruto and Sasuke have their Mangekyos activated. As then the Tsuchikage says, look up! As all the Kages and their assistants look up to see Naruto and Sasuke on the roof, back to back, staring at all the Kages. As they're like, Naruto and Sasuke Uchiha. As Naruto has his fan in his hand. As they're like, get him! As all the assistants rush Naruto and Sasuke. As then all of a sudden, Naruto waves his fan. As they all get blown back into the wall and knocked out. As then the Mizukage is like, lava style. I mean, she's like, I forgot, whatever. She does this weird lava jutsu. And she spits lava at Naruto. As Naruto waves his fan at the lava. As it goes right back towards her. Melting the ground right by her. As the Raikage is like, that fan. As Naruto puts it on his back. As he's like, you. As he says, Sasuke, grab onto my shoulder. As Sasuke does so. As Naruto gaze releases in front of Danzo, grabbing him by his neck. And slamming him out of the building. Like sending him flying onto the bridge. As the Raikage is like, this meet is over. We must go report back to our villages. We have no time to fight them. Danzo can handle himself. As all the Akages agree, as they plan on creating the Shinobi alliances and getting them ready for battle. As Naruto and Sasuke are walking towards Danzo. As Danzo's like, you two, what do you guys want? We know what you've done. As Danzo's like, what have I done? As Naruto's like, stop playing games with me. As he pulls out his fan and his sight. As Danzo's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. As Naruto's like, well then, I'll just have to show you. As Naruto and Sasuke begin to run towards Danzo. As Danzo says, wind style, wind severe wave. As he starts sending slices of wind at Naruto and Sasuke. As Naruto and Sasuke are reading this completely with their 3-time Moe Sharingan. As then they're right by Danzo. As Sasuke goes for a punch, as Danzo blocks it with his right hand. As when Danzo blocked it, Naruto sending a kick to Danzo's stomach. As Danzo coughed up saliva, as then he got kicked back into a wall, creating a huge crushing impact in the wall. As Naruto said, white fire style, white fireball jutsu. As he blew a white fireball at Danzo. As Danzo's like, white fire! As right before the thing happened, Danzo ripped the bandages off of his arm. As then one of the eyes closed. As when this fireball hit Danzo, he seemed to fade away, as this was Izanagi. As Naruto's like, Sasuke! As Sasuke's like, I know, it's Izanagi. As Danzo's like, so you guys know about Izanagi, do you? Yeah, but that's gonna be your downfall. Because we know, not only do we know that, but we know the downfall of Izanagi too. We already know how to counter it. As Danzo's like, you're bluffing. Try my bluff. As they go for a combo taijutsu battle. As Naruto jumps into the air, as Sasuke is still striking. As Naruto says, Uchiha style Halo dance. As waves of fire go at Danzo. As Sasuke jumps out of the way. As Danzo's like, what's going on here? As Danzo dodges all of them, saying, Shisui's move. As then he takes the bandages off of his left eye. As Naruto's like, what? No, you're bluffing. As Naruto looks at that Sharingan, as he's like, there's no way. That eye better not belong to who I think it belongs to. As Naruto starts unleashing chakra. As Sasuke's like, Naruto, whose eye is that? As Danzo says, correct. I know exactly what you're thinking, Naruto, and you are correct. This is your master, Shisui's eye. As Naruto's Mangekyo, from his 3-time Moe Sharingan, his eyes change to the Mangekyo. As Danzo says, but his eyes, they're just like his brothers. As Naruto lets off a yell. As a huge black Susanoo upper half appears as this Susanoo held the Tutsuka blade and a bow it held the sword, which was the Tutsuka blade, and it held a bow and arrow that shoots out black electricity spears. As Sasuke's like, brother, you're Susanoo! As Naruto's eyes are bleeding from each of them. As Naruto runs at Danzo, as Danzo's like, oh no! As he starts hopping from brick to brick, because Naruto had slammed on the ground. As a whole bunch of large pieces of brick appeared in the ground, as Danzo's hopping from each one of them. As Naruto jumps up into the air. As he slices that Danzo with the Tutsuka blade, as he missed. But then Naruto shot a huge arrow at Danzo, as this went right through Danzo. As in another eye on Danzo's hand closed. As Naruto was right behind Danzo using gaze release. As he's like, my Izanagi is not ready yet! As Naruto's like, that's the point! As he slices at Danzo. As Danzo's flesh begins to get sucked into the sword. As Sasuke's like, I want some action too, Naruto! As Sasuke gets behind Danzo. As he shoves, right before Danzo gets all the way sucked in, he shoves blue Chidori right through Danzo. As Danzo's like, I will die protecting what I wanted to. As then all of a sudden, right before Danzo can get completely sucked into the Susanoo, black ink comes off of Danzo, splattering everywhere. As all of a sudden, Naruto deactivated his Susanoo, backing up, hitting a whole bunch of backflips. As then, a huge black freaking explosion happened. As Sasuke and Naruto are alright. As Naruto and Sasuke are breathing in and out. As Naruto has exhausted a whole bunch of his chakra using his Susanoo for the first time. As he used so much of his Susanoo. As Sasuke's like, brother. As Naruto's like, I'm fine, Sasuke. As Sasuke's like, I know you are. But still, we must go now. As Naruto and Sasuke walk away, as Danzo's like, where are you two going? Not Danzo. Obito is like, where are you two going? None of your business. We'll be back, though. As they walk away. As Naruto uses wood style jutsu. As it creates a big ball of wood. As him and Sasuke sit down. As Sasuke takes out his left eye. As Naruto takes out his right eye. As Sasuke implants Itachi's eye. As Naruto implants the other one. As their eyes have linked together. So even though they didn't have both of his eyes, they had one of his eyes. So that now their two eyes linked together in both of their eyes. As Naruto's Mangekyo started to spin, as Sasuke's did too. As Sasuke now had the Eternal Mangekyo. As Naruto had the Eternal Mangekyo too. As you guys know what Sasuke's looks like. Naruto's has Madara's Eternal Mangekyo. As they look at each other. Both of our eyes have changed. We now obtain eternal light. As they stand up, as Sasuke's like, but what are you going to do about this war? As Naruto's like, it honestly doesn't concern us. As of right now, we should just train our eyes. And then if the war actually happens, we'll show up to it, and then we'll decide then what we want to do. And Sasuke's like, okay, brother. As the week goes by, Kabuto did all of the preparations, and so has Obito. As Obito has all the Jinchurikis, except I'm gonna say the Nine Tails was in some random Uzumaki guy that had a lot of chakra. Anyways, as Kabuto has reanimated all of the Jinchurikis except for the Eight Tails and the Nine Tails. And all the other important people that played a good part in the war. As Naruto and Sasuke has fully mastered their Eternal Mangekyo. Sasuke having the abilities of Amaterasu and Susanoo. And he has obviously he has Inferno style. As Naruto has Susanoo, Shattered Heavens, which is where he can make two large freaking meteors come from the sky. He also has, since he was his master, he should have it. He has Kodo Matsukami. And since Naruto has Kodomatsu Kami, I'll give Sasuke Tsukuyomi. And Naruto has mastered all of his wood style jutsus, fire style, lightning style, and all of his did I say wood? Yeah, wood style. You know, Naruto and Sasuke are at the best they could be at right now. I'm not saying that they can mess with Madara right now. Like, they're obviously, I'm not gonna make them that overpowered. They could just go to the Ninja War and just body Madara. But as far as like all these little side people like Kinkaku, Genkaku, like the Tail Beast, Naruto and Sasuke are smacking them, bro. As Naruto's like, I think I'll just carry this. As then he seals the scythe into a scroll that he puts in his ninja pouch. As he just carries the fan on his back. As Obito does not carry the fan, he carries two swords. I'm gonna say, but still, Obito's freaking overpowered because now he has a Rinnegan and a Sharingan, as he wears the weird looking mask. Anyways, yeah. So, as the war is going on, you just got Naruto and Sasuke walking through the forest as they are just talking about life and stuff like that. As Naruto's like, so have you put any thought into this war that's going on right now? As Sasuke's like, to be honest, no, I haven't. As Naruto's like, well, if I was you, I would start thinking about it. As Sasuke's like, what have you chosen? Well, to be honest, I don't know yet. We'll see who's at the war, and then if somebody can convince me, I'll join their side. Sasuke's like, fine then, I'll do the same. As the first battlefield that they arrive to is the Eight Tails fighting all the tailed beasts along with what's his face? I said the dude that had the Nine Tails. As Killer Bee's like, who are you two? As Naruto's like, I'm Naruto Uchiha. As Sasuke's like, I'm Sasuke Uchiha. Oh, so you two are the last Uchihas. I see. As Naruto's like, do you guys need a hand? As Killer Bee's like, that would be nice. I hope you guys can really put up a good fight. As Naruto's like, a good fight? We could put up something better than a good fight. Whatever. As then they begin the battle. As Naruto and Sasuke are taking out Jinchurikis left and right. As then we go to 10 minutes later, all the Jinchurikis are laid out on the ground. As Naruto and Sasuke have their 3 Tomoe Sharingans out. As they're like, you guys took out Tail Beast like it was nothing. How did you do that? As Naruto and Sasuke are like, we don't have time to sit here and talk. We must go to the next checkpoint. As him and Sasuke begin to walk again. As him and Sasuke are walking, they arrive to the big battlefield. As all the Shinobi alliances are there. But then, they were in the sand. They were in the sand. As there was as the third Raikage was defeating Shinobi alliances. As Naruto and Sasuke walk up, as Naruto says, brother, we might have to split up. As Sasuke says, alright, I'll head to the west side. You stay on the north. As Naruto's like, alright, got it. As Sasuke goes somewhere different. Anyways, as Naruto walks up to the Shinobi alliances, as they're like, it's Naruto Uchiha! As they all clear out of the way, as Naruto's walking right for the third Raikage. As Naruto gets in front of all of the Shinobi alliances and folds his arms saying, so, you're the legendary third Raikage, am I correct? As the third Raikage is like, yes, but I don't have control of my body. So you have to do this on your own. As Naruto's like, oh, I see, well. Alright. As the third Raikage is in his lightning chakra cloak mode, but Naruto has space and time. He has the space and time, what do you call it? Space and time speed. As the Raikage is fast, but it's not space and time. As the third Raikage was right behind Naruto. As they say, Naruto, watch out! As the third Raikage tried to throw a punch at Naruto, as Naruto blocked it with his fan. As the third Raikage gets the impact of this attack and gets blown back. As Naruto gaze releases right behind the third Raikage. as he kicks him up into the air. As in the third Hokage looks down as Naruto is now gone. As Naruto unwrapped his scroll and summoned his scythe, as he stuck the scythe right through the third Hokage. As then he pulled it out as paper started to fly everywhere. And the Shinobi alliances are like, now, it's time! As they wrap around the ninja scroll around, what's his face? They wrap the ninja scrolls around around the third Hokage, and they seal him up. As then an unknown visitor arrived to the battlefield. As Naruto looked up on this mountain, he seen Madara Uchiha. As Madara Uchiha is now broken out of the reanimation jutsu. Not broken out of it, but like he's not being controlled by it. He's too freaking skilled for that. As in, Madara looks at this boy like, is this my shadow clone? No. As then Madara says, who are you? As Naruto jumps up to Madara, walking towards him. As Madara is like, do you want to fight? As Naruto's like, I have no intention of fighting. As Madara is like, you wield my fan. As Naruto's like, oh, yes, this is your fan. As Madara says, are you an Uchiha? Yes, my name is Naruto Uchiha. How strong are you? Well, I possess wood-style white fire and white lightning. And I have these. As he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. As Madara is like, you have my eyes. How do you have my eyes? As Naruto's like, I don't know. I was born with them. So you must have been some type of link to me or reincarnation of me or something like that. Well, do you want to join our side or do you want to fight along these losers? As Naruto's like, I don't know yet. I'm honestly not on anybody's side. As Madara says, well, if you're not on anybody's side, then I'm just going to have to fight you. As Naruto's like, fine, I was looking for a good fight. As Naruto goes right towards Madara, sending a super strong kick to him. As Madara blocks it, but Madara still goes flying back. As he gets hit off the mountain, as Naruto jumps down on the ground as he's running towards Madara. As Naruto's like, fine then. As he seals up his fan and his sight. Now, this is just going to be Naruto's pure hands. As him and Madara enter a taijutsu battle. As he's like, you fight like my pupil, Obito. Obito? I don't know Obito. I'm surprised you don't know him. As Naruto sends a strong kick to Madara again. As Madara went flying back. As Naruto awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan as he put his hand up in the sky. As in right above Madara, two meteors formed. As they were flying down, it looked like they were coming from the heavens, boy. As Madara looks up, saying, he has my abilities as well. Well then, there's no point of holding back on you. As Madara does some hands, he puts his hands together. As a huge blue Susanoo is right behind Madara is inside of a huge Susanoo. As he chops these heaven concealed balls in half. As Naruto's like, he has, just as I expected, he has Susanoo. As Naruto's like, well, it's my turn now. Like I said, Naruto's able to use his Susanoo to a pretty good extent. He doesn't have the perfect armor yet, but he can, like, create legs, and, like, it has his Totsuka blade and, whatever. As he creates his black Susanoo with red eyes. Anyways. As Madara's like, so you have a Susanoo too, but it's not perfect. As Naruto's like, it's good enough for now. As they enter a Susanoo battle. As Madara's like, the only way you'll be able to beat me is if you were somebody like Hashirama. As Naruto's like, oh, you just gave me an idea. As Naruto deactivated his Susanoo, as Naruto slams his hands together, as he creates a huge wood golem with a wood dragon around it. As Madara's like, now this is gonna be interesting. As they enter a fight. As obviously the Edo Tenseis really don't get tired. But Madara is getting frustrated that he can't beat the 16-year-old kid. As Madara is like, you leave me no choice now, young Naruto. As Naruto is panting. As in Naruto says, He tries to put Madara in a Kodo Matsukami, but he fails. As he's like, I'm getting low on chakra. Not saying that Naruto doesn't have a lot of chakra. He has a whole bunch of chakra, but still, he's using a whole bunch of things at once, like Mangekyo Sharingan, Susanoo. And then he just made a wood golem. But Naruto's gonna get really OP here soon, just watch. As then, Madara's eyes changed into the Rinnegan. As Naruto's like, your eyes. As Madara's like, yes. This is what I call the Rinnegan. The Rinnegan, a legendary dojutsu. As he's like, now, you cannot win. And Madara was right behind Naruto as Naruto looked back as he got punched dead in his face. As Naruto went flying back. As he rolled around on the sand for a little bit and then he caught himself. As Madara's like, you see now? You see why I'm hailed as such a strong person in this world? As Naruto's like, the only way that I'll be able to beat the Rinnegan is if I have a Rinnegan. But obviously I won't be able to take it from him. But what about, as then he has a flashback. He remembers seeing the man with the mask, with the Sharingan and a Rinnegan, as he's like, I need to get that sort of Rinnegan. As Naruto's like, sorry that I have to postpone our fight, but I have something to do. As Madara is confused. Well, you said I remind you of somebody named Obito, right? As Madara says, yes, what about it? Well, if I remind you of somebody named Obito, he wouldn't happen to wear a mask and have a Rinnegan and a Sharingan, would he? As Madara's like, and if he did, well, I'm just going to take his Rinnegan. See ya. As in Naruto teleports away. As Madara's like, no, I cannot let this boy get the Rinnegan. As he teleports away too. As Naruto's blasting through the freaking forest, heading to the main part of the battlefield. As Madara is far behind him, but still is trying to move fast. As then he sees on this huge battlefield, he sees all the tailed beasts, 1 through 7, in their tailed beast states. As the 8 tails and the 8 tails is just by himself, as the 9 tails has been what's it called? The 9 tails has been put somewhere safe. With the 9 tails Jinchuriki, they're put somewhere safe. As the Naruto gets in front of the tailed beast, as then he looks for Obito. As Naruto's like, the man with the mask. As Naruto looks at all of the tailed beasts in their eyes. As all the tailed beasts stop. As then they turn around and look at Obito. Obito's like, wait, what? As Naruto's like, you should be more careful with what you do, you know. Obviously, I'm an Uchiha. Therefore, I have the power to control tailed beasts. As all these tailed beasts have Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingans in their eyes. As they're like, no! We almost had it! As he made the tailed beasts all open their mouths, creating one huge tailed beast bomb with all their energies. As he shoots it right at Obito. As this makes a huge explosion. As Obito is in the air. As Naruto got right in front of him. As he punched Obito so hard his mask cracked off. That was Naruto's main objective. As Obito went flying to the floor. As he stood up and looked at them. As Kakashi is like, oh, Obito! As Obito's like, Kakashi. As Naruto's like, no time. I gotta get that eye of his. As then Obito's like, what was the point of you cracking my mask? As Naruto's like, the point? That was the point. As Obito was confused. As Naruto was behind Obito. As with Naruto's right hand, he held Obito in a headlock as Obito was struggling to breathe. As in Naruto grabbed Obito's left eye out. As he snatched his Rinnegan out. As what's his face? As Obito dropped to one knee. As Naruto put the Rinnegan in his eye. As now Naruto had a Rinnegan and a Sharingan. As Obito looked back, as he was like, you insolent brat. Naruto's like, now I'm just like you, except 100 times stronger. As Obito takes out some bandages as he wraps his left eye up, as he's like, well, I still have my eternal Mangekyo. I'm gonna say that Obito had the eternal Mangekyo in this, just so it's fair. He has one eternal Mangekyo, but he has no left eye, so it's whatever. Obviously, Kakashi does not have the eternal. He only has a regular. I'm not making him overpowered. Anyways, as Madara arrives to the battlefield, as Naruto looks at Madara, as Madara's like, gosh darn it, he's already gotten the Rinnegan. As Naruto's like, now, let's see if this jutsu of mine works. As Naruto summons the Geto statue, as he destroys it, as the tail beasts are now free. As they're like, wait, what? As Naruto's like, I've decided whose side I will take on this war. I will help these pathetic villages. As then the tail beasts are like, I think we found where we're supposed to be. As then all the tail beasts run through some hand signs. As then they say, do the same hand signs as we did. As Naruto's confused, but he does. As then the tail beasts and Naruto have a complete link. As all the tail beasts turn into chakra and go right into Naruto's stomach. As Naruto's robe opens. As when all the smoke clears, Naruto has a seal on his stomach. As Naruto puts his robe back down. As the tail beasts 1 through 7 were inside of Naruto. As Naruto's like, now your guys' plans have failed. You guys have failed this war. As Madara's like, no! Project Infinite Tsukuyomi will still work. As Obito's like, yeah. As then he does a backflip landing next to Madara. As Sasuke appears next to Naruto. As Naruto looks at Sasuke, Sasuke's like, you gotta know why I have you, my brother. As Naruto's like, yeah. But these two, they're gonna be hard to fight, Sasuke. He obtains the Eternal Mangekyo, same as us, but he obtains the Eternal Mangekyo and 2 Renegons. And Sasuke's like, well, obviously we're one Mangekyo versus one Mangekyo versus 2 Mangekyos is obviously gonna lose, but you have 2 Eternal Mangekyos and he has 2 Eternals, but he has 2 Renegons and you have 1. But if you have a Renegon and a Tomoe Sharingan and a Mangekyo activated, therefore, that'll be a deadly combo. As Naruto's like, you're correct. But let this battle begin. As Madara's like, that wasn't the whole purpose. Something must happen, and I have already succeeded. I have found the 9 tails. As Naruto's confused about what he meant. As one of the Zetsus has brought the 9 tail to the battlefield. As Madara's like, it's extraction time. As Madara runs through some hand signs and slams his hand on the 9 tails Jinchuriki's stomach. As then he connects it to his own stomach. As Madara lets off some screams as the 9 tails energy is really powerful. But little did Madara know that he wasn't going to be able to use it to the fullest extent. He'll only be able to use 9 tails chakra, not 9 tails cloak form, Jinchuriki form, none of that. He'll only be able to use chakra or have a lot of chakra. As then he says, summoning jutsu, 9 tails. As now Madara and Obito stand on top of the 9 tails' head with the 9 tails having a 3 Tomoe Sharingan. As Naruto's like, Sasuke. And Sasuke's like, yeah. As Naruto says, who has the best body for battling this type of beast? One that stands on 4 legs. I got it. As Naruto bites his thumb. As Naruto slams his hands together saying, 2-tailed Matatabi. Right. As Naruto summons the Matatabi. But then, obviously, Sasuke's Susanoo is purple and Naruto's is black, so it combines. As Susanoo armor goes around the Matatabi, as it's black Susanoo armor. As then above Matatabi's eyes, the armor goes down her whole face, and then her eyes glow purple from Sasuke Susanoo. As Madara's like, then we'll do the same. As then blue armor appears around the Nine Tails. As Naruto's like, you ready, Sasuke? As Sasuke's like, this is gonna be a battle of history. As Naruto's like, let's go! As Matatabi and Kurama run at each other. As Naruto does some hand signs saying, wood style! Deep forest emergence! As he wraps Kurama's legs up, as Kurama can't break free of it, as the Matatabi jumps into the air, landing a huge slash at Kurama, as she gashes his stomach. As Madara's like, this is not over! As Madara says, fire style, great fireball jutsu, as he spits out a massive fireball going right towards the Matatabi. As she just swats that, like, get out of here. As then Naruto closes his eye with the Mangekyo Sharingan and has his Rinnegan eye open as he's like, Shinra Tensei! As he holds his hand out towards Madara. As the whole field by Madara is just getting blown away. As Madara is in Obito and the Kurama get blown back really far. As Kurama does a backflip but catches himself. Obviously he's being controlled right now. As now Kurama's running back at the Matatabi. As he gets a good punch off. As Sasuke's like, I got this. As he says, Amaterasu! As Kurama catches on fire. As Kurama lets off a devilish yell. As Naruto's like, I know we must finish this fast. It's my first time using a tailed beast link state, and I'm not really good at it. As Sasuke's like, don't worry, my brother. Now for our Uchiha style combination. As Naruto disables the Matatabi form, now they're back at their regular base form. As Sasuke has his double EMS activated, as Naruto has his EMS running activated, as they run at Kurama with blinding speed. As Sasuke's like, our ultimate Uchiha style combo, ready? As Naruto's like, got it. As Naruto's like, wood style, and then he does like a Kamehameha wave form of hand, like that's how his hands look when he does the jutsu. As in 500 pieces of large wood just comes out of the ground going right towards Kurama. As Kurama can hit some of them away, but Kurama ends up getting wrapped up really tightly. As Sasuke jumps into the air saying, Inferno style flank control! As he slices a wave of Amaterasu with his, Inferno style with his sword. As it goes right towards Kurama as it hits him, as in massive spikes come out of it. Massive Inferno spikes as it goes through Kurama. As in Sasuke's like, he's mobilized, right? As Naruto slams his hands together as some more wood comes out of the ground, tying Kurama down. As Naruto's like, yeah, I got his tails tied up and his legs and arms. And I got his neck. As Madara's like, I gotta get him out of this somehow. As Naruto's like, now, to finish it. As Naruto creates the huge wood golem. As he does a jump into the air. As then in the wood golem's right arm, he forms a black Susanoo arm. As he jumps on Kurama, as Kurama yells. As then Kurama disappears. As Madara's like, as he spits out blood, as he's like, I didn't know the Nine-Tails chakra was this immense. As Obito's like, Master, are you okay? As Naruto's behind Obito. As Sasuke's like, you spend too much time worrying about him instead of yourself. As Sasuke snatches Obito's eye right out of his socket. As Obito now has no eyes to do anything. This war was a huge failure due to Naruto and Sasuke. As Sasuke crushes Obito's eye. As Obito is now completely blind, as Madara says, what good are you to me then? As then Madara straight up cold-bloodedly kills, what's his face? Kills Obito. As Naruto's like, now, I know the Nine-Tails does not want to be in you, or Kurama. You guys just look at these tailed beasts as a piece of power. Me and Sasuke may have went down the dark path, but the light has gotten to us now. And I will treat these tailed beasts like they should be treated, with respect. Now I will be extracting the Nine Tails out of you right now as he begins to walk towards Madara. As Madara's like, no, I cannot lose this. Almighty push. As Naruto just keeps walking through this. As he's like, why isn't it hitting you? Because of my Kamui. You have Kamui. As Naruto's like, your plan was to bring back Kaguya, and you failed. But anyways, I'm too good at this. Now it is time. As he does the hand signs and pulls Kurama and extracts him right into himself. As Naruto is like, so this is what it feels like to have eternal light. Me and my brother will create a new world. A peaceful one. Well, guys, that's what I'm going to end this part off. If you guys want what is this? It's going to be the next generation. So, yeah, Dragon Sage gang. We out here, John.